Okay, so on Friday we started working on solving two-step equations, right? And you guys did a bunch of different equations. You had some homework on it, okay? I want to go over another type of two-step equation that's slightly different than the ones that you guys worked on Friday. Okay, so I want you guys to take a look at this example up here. Okay, so the ones you guys did on Friday looked more like number 2 from your warm-up today. This is number 2 from your warm-up today, right? Why does this one look different from this one?
Because this is the number added to the x.
Okay, so I heard someone say there's a number adding to x, okay? A little bit more specifically, there's a number adding to x that's part of the numerator, right? This fraction was like a fraction and then a constant, right? This fraction is like a giant fraction with addition happening in the numerator, right? So it's like a different, do you guys agree these two things are different? Okay. Now, when we solved this one in the warm-up today, what did we do first? We added 8, right? We got rid of the constant. But if I were to try to get rid of the 7 here by subtracting it, if I wanted to write subtract 7, isn't there like a denominator in the way? Like I can't just subtract 7, right? Because there's stuff in the way here, okay? So what I'm going to have to do with this problem, where it's different from this one, is I actually, in this one, I'm going to get rid of that denominator first, okay? So when you have this like giant fraction type problem, the first thing you need to do is you need to get rid of the denominator in this type. Now, you're going to get rid of the denominator the same way that we've been practicing, right? And how have we been practicing to get rid of denominators?
You multiply 3 by 3 and the numerator's 5.
Yeah, we put the denominator, we use that number, and we multiply in the numerator on both sides. Okay? So I'm choosing the denominator and I'm multiplying by it on both sides. Now remember, right here, we still really have 3 in the numerator and 3 in the denominator. So what's 3 divided by 3?
1.
It reduces to 1. What's 1 times all this stuff? Itself, right? Like what's 1 times 100?
100.
What's 1 times 1,000?
1,000.
What's 1 times 1,000,000? What's 1 times a zillion, billion, trillion, quadrillion?
45.
Ha. No, itself, right? Okay, so this right here, when we multiply it by 1, is just going to be itself. And then over here, this part gives me what?
33.
Okay. So now after I've got rid of the denominator, can I now get rid of the constant?
Yes.
Yeah, so how am I going to get rid of the constant?
-7.
Yeah, that's the opposite operation there, right? -7. Okay. So now, here we go. We get x equals 26 for my answer. Okay. Are there questions on how we did that? All right, so I'll give you guys a second to finish copying that one. And then after you copy that one, I want you guys to try this one right now. Okay, so I'm going to give you guys a minute to try that one. Okay, so let's see. Dylan, what was your first step?
Multiply the denominator by 4.
Okay, So you multiplied by 4. Where did you put the 4? In the top or the bottom? Did you put it on the other side as well?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. Perfect. Thank you, Dylan. Okay. So when we do that, our next line we get should be x minus 5 equals what kind of 24? Negative 24. Okay. All right. Let's see. Taylor, what was your next step?
Added 5.
Okay. So she added 5. Taylor, when you added 5 on this side, what did you end up with for your final answer? Negative 19. Very good. Who got negative 19 for their final answer? Nice. Okay. All right. I want you guys to try this last one. Okay. Go ahead and try that one. Negative 10 equals t minus 8 divided by 2. Okay, so on this one, how many of you didn't like that the variable was on the right and you wanted to switch it? Anyone? Okay, that's totally fine if you did. Even if you didn't, you should still come up with the same answer. Okay, but I'm totally allowed to just swap their sides, right? Okay, so from there, what was our first step that we should have done? Haley, what did you do first?
I multiplied 2 each side.
Okay, so she multiplied by 2 on each side. Okay, and so Haley, what did you get for negative 10 times 2?
Negative 20.
Negative 20. Okay, so that was our first step there. Okay, Jeremiah, what did you do for your next step? Added 8 to both sides. Okay, now, class, is 28 the answer?
No.
Is negative 28 the answer? What is the answer?
Negative 12.
Okay, who got negative 12 for their answer? Okay, good. All right. These were different signs. We had to end up subtracting them, right? Okay. How many of you feel pretty comfortable with this skill? Okay, cool. For your homework tonight, remember the B2 homework that you guys started working on Friday?
Yeah.
You're going to finish the other ones that I didn't assign. So that's numbers 5 through 8 and numbers 15 through 20. Okay?